it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist, and welcome to Star Codes, where we are looking at the new moon in Taurus coming up on May 11th, and there's such a beautiful 11 code that is developing with this new moon. Now, it happens at 8 p.m. Universal Time, that's in London, and that is 3 p.m. Eastern Time, New York, 12 p.m. Los Angeles Pacific Time. So right on the dot on the hour. So this is a really positive new moon in Taurus. It's attracting a lot of self-growth and expansion, and that focus is really enhanced by the number 11. It not only happens on May 11th, but it also is coinciding with 3 planets at 11 degrees, one of which is actually in Taurus, the sign of the new moon, and that is Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus at 11 degrees. Mars and Chiron are also at 11 degrees. So this creates a quadruple 11 code since it happens on May 11th. And that's pretty amazing. That's a 4 doors opening, 4 gateways opening into present moment awareness and opportunity and double new beginnings. So talk about a fresh new sense of starting something that you've never done before. I mean, this is really moving into the unknown in a big way. And remember, Uranus is part of this whole 11 situation, and Uranus is in Taurus, the sign of the new moon. Uranus is about breakthroughs and new beginnings and the future and starting fresh and seeing new horizons, right? So May is also a 10 universal month, and 10 reduces to 1. So there are a lot of ones in the energy, in the air, and that initiates brand new, exciting developments, as every new moon does every month. But this is really a new moon that is magnified to the nth degree. Now, the sun and moon will be at 21 degrees in Taurus, and that creates another beautiful code because we are in 2021, and of course, we're in the 21st century. So this also indicates that around the time of this new moon in May, we will feel more of the energy of the number 21, which is the number of truth and joy. So the truth shall set you free, and living a life of joy is really the key to any life that feels at peace and abundant and content. So Taurus is the sign of abundance. So Taurus actually governs being content with your financial flow, with your environment, having pleasure in your life, feeling grounded, feeling secure, having values that you really feel comfortable with, that you've integrated into your life. And so this amazing star code is bringing wonderful opportunities for you to align with abundance, with wealth, and also to recognize that you naturally resonate with joy when you let go of the mind's idea, the egoic idea of what you want, and just surrender to what truly is showing up for you in a natural way. Now, this new moon creates a trine from both the sun and moon, which of course are together in Taurus, 21 degrees, to Pluto, and a sextile to Neptune. And so this is wonderful for empowerment, accepting transformation. The trine to Pluto is very much about uncovering things, the truth, but also allowing transformation to just wash over you, and therefore giving you a lot of confidence because you are literally not resisting what is going on. And the sextile to Neptune ignites this bountiful embrace of any expansion, any spirituality, galactic awareness, unconditional love, abundance. Neptune is a very abundant planet because it encompasses embracing everything beyond the horizon. It's a water planet, and it's the higher octave of Venus. And Venus is part of this Taurus new moon experience because Venus rules Taurus. So the fact that Neptune is activated helps all those qualities of Venus, the beauty, the love, the abundance, to be even more enhanced. And we also have a trine from Mercury to Saturn, which is very helpful because it helps us concentrate. We can create a lot of progress because our mind is thinking in very common sense, practical ways. We have a lot of perseverance. And then finally, remember those other two planets, Mars and Chiron at 11 degrees, aside from Uranus? Mars and Chiron are forming a square to each other. And that's significant because Chiron's, when it's in any sign, it sensitizes the sign. And Chiron is spending 8 years in Aries right now. And so Aries is the sign that Mars rules. So when Mars squares Chiron in Aries, it is really putting an exclamation mark on you wanting to spend energy on healing and health and acknowledging the sacred warrior within you and understanding how to express frustration. Mars represents this energetic force. And so we do have a force, a divine force, right? And so when we tune in and trust that grace is guiding us on our journey, the grace, the love that the healing planet Chiron represents, then if we do get caught up in the illusion, and of course we end up doing that, right? Because we are humans, and it's partly why we're here, to learn. There's always grace. There's always that beauty that shows up with great benevolence and great love. And to trust that grace is the energy of the universe, that grace helps to deliver your destiny and fulfill it. And Mars is very keyed in on wanting to fulfill what the plan is, right? So your plan for this lifetime was developed by your soul with the help of other benevolent beings before you entered this lifetime on Earth. And your plan, of course, includes your gifts, your lessons, your opportunities, certain destined events and meetings with people with whom you have agreements, soul agreements. And this Taurus new moon gives you the peace of mind and the security that really helps your plan to unfold beautifully. So your soul's plan, of course, is a blueprint, but it doesn't have all the details, right? So we can look at the energy forecast and we can give a sense of what is unfolding in the planets and the numerology. But it is up to you to create the details. You fill in the choices and you determine the circumstances, right? So for instance, if your choices led you to live in a particular place or city, that location will provide you the setting, the people, the environment that your soul must then work with to manifest the overall divine plan for your life. And these circumstances were chosen by you after you were born. So the order and security represented by Taurus, which is an earth sign, very connected to not being flighty and missing out, but literally sticking to the plan and being secure in that understanding that there is a divine order. That provides a framework through which you design the nature of how the opportunities will unfold, how your destiny, those events that are destined will unfold. So what you did not have a choice about were your parents, the time of birth, the place of birth, with set and play, your whole astrology, numerology blueprint, your soul blueprint for the lifetime, but that didn't include the specific events, right? So the how your life, the whole question of how you're going to fulfill everything that is energetically put in play is largely unknown to all of us. And the point then is, with also the 11, is to stay utterly present and play it by ear so that you can intuitively arrange the opportunities, the meetings, the lessons, any other circumstances to fulfill your plan as best you can with the existing conditions. As a result, your soul must be in touch with you closely throughout your life. And that being in touch comes through your heart. That comes through your intuition. And Venus, which rules Taurus, is very connected to that sensory perception, that love. So Uranus in Taurus, the sign Venus rules, is activating our intuition as well. Uranus is a very intuitive planet. And so it becomes second nature now, where Uranus is spending many years in Taurus, right? So it's becoming second nature for us to turn to our intuition and feel the security, because of Taurus, feel the sense of confidence and security in doing so. And so this new moon in Taurus is very important because it lines up with this quadruple 11 code, the number 21 for the 21st century, the truth shall set you free. There's a lot here that is pointing to a greater awakening to trusting that intuition, because your life will run peacefully when you trust your intuitive hunches. So divine grace's most dynamic way for guiding people's life is through that intuition, which works really, really well. You can respond very easily to your own intuition if your mind doesn't interfere. That's the big the kicker here is if your mind is taking over the decision-making process, or basically is the big elephant in the room and nothing else will fit in, then your intuition is not even heard, right? So intuition includes not just the ability to sense, but it includes nudges to do things and say things to others as well. Because people will deliver messages to other people, especially if the deliverer of the message doesn't have an ulterior motive or an opinion about what is being delivered or whom it's being delivered to. So the quadruple 11 code symbolizes that transmission of insights. The 11 is like two antennae, right? So it's a transmission of energy, transmission of insights, communication from source. And 11 is a double one. It's a portal. It's a gateway. And it can also stand for two people. And so 11 reduces to the number 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. So it means that divine grace can work through anyone, even as a messenger being totally disinterested or unrelated, a stranger, can actually be one of those transmissions from the divine to you. So someone unknown to you can tell you something or does something that helps change your direction or even change your life. And this happens all the time. So fortunately, there are many ways for your divine plan to be fulfilled. And if you look at this divine energy, this grace as a hidden hand that puts certain information, certain opportunities, certain people in front of you, which you can say yes to or say no to, right? That is your free will. Let's say that you say no to an important opportunity, for example. Then this divine energy, this divine grace will provide other options, other suitable arrangements, and it actually will arrange circumstances in your life to help you see the benefit of saying yes to the original opportunity. Or something else may happen. So in this way, the plan for your soul will play out in a way that is truly remarkable, and you'll find many opportunities that will be difficult to dismiss. And it will also be very difficult to say no to opportunities that don't make sense. So pursuing those, there will be energetic forces from the divine order that will prevent that as well. And again, that is just part of the overall unbelievable miracle of the soul's plan that you put into place. So just like Mars square Chiron creates a force, this divine hand of grace, which arranges and even prohibits certain events in your life and in the world, is also a real force. And it's not to say that we're puppets or marionettes being pulled, the strings being pulled, because you can always go against the energy. But the whole point of this divine force is to manage the comings and goings in your life and keep them moving in a certain direction according to your soul's plan. and also the larger plan for Earth and even the universe, the whole. So Uranus in Taurus, which is an Earth sign, reminds us that these non-physical forces exist and how they're integral to living a flowing, peaceful, harmonious life in the physical dimension of Earth. So there's both free will, which is very much represented also by Uranus, and something unimaginable that is helping to unfold your life in the highest vibrational way possible in life in general. So you have this design within a greater design, and as to how your design unfolds is up to your free will. So everyone on Earth plays a part, just as all non-physical beings in other dimensions play a part. And that means you play a part in other people's destiny as well. And, we can go on and on. It just expands, because everyone who's ever lived on Earth has played a part as well. And that's how expansive and immense this is. And it encompasses players that we never imagined even existed, including on other planets and other universes, infinite number of universes and dimensions. So fortunately, we don't need to understand how this works or be even aware that it is happening to live our life and to live our experience. So trusting that life is being guided by these extremely wise and benevolent forces, beings, is important. So to trust that you are in good hands, that grace is profoundly intelligent and wise, that you are loved and honored deeply, and to know that this is happening beyond your imagination, this love. Now, if you don't sense how loved you are, it is going to be more challenging for grace to be present and operate in your life. So grace is always present, but to acknowledge grace is to activate the positive flow. Meaning, if you're lost in the illusion, believing you're not loved, you're not lovable, that you're alone and you're abandoned in an uncaring universe, it will be difficult for you to take advantage of all the opportunities and the abundance that's available to you. In other words, you won't recognize what is being offered and be willing to receive what is being offered. So if you filter out the positive and ignore or misinterpret people who are helping or anything that's coming your way, kind words, encouragements, gentle nudges, gifts that life brings, grace is offering you these things, and if you reject them or ignore them, you won't see the goodness in life. And when you're lost, divine grace still tries to help you. It's still present, tries to help you see the truth of the situation you're in. But these forces can only do so much to help you as long as you're not asking or looking for them, the forces, or others to help. So one way that would be a good way to just realize how the divine is active in your life is to look at the beautiful so-called synchronicities, coincidences, like, maybe you've been wanting to travel to a certain country or tropical island, whatever the case may be, and your friend shows up, says, she and her family are going, and invites you on the trip. And so that dream comes true. Or you don't know how to do something and you look it up and you search on YouTube, and voila, you have a step-by-step guide. So the universe always provides. So you always want to follow up on finding those resources, right? Another example is if you need a roommate and you get a call from a friend who just found a place and, is looking for somebody to share with her. Or you have a relative who gives you money for a few months while you find a job so you can pay rent. All these things in the past that may have happened to you. You have a health concern and you meet someone with the same issue who's found some answers and happily shares those. Or someone offers you a new job just as you're getting really tired of the job you're in, and that works seamlessly. Or you've read something and you realize you want to learn more about the subject, and that subject becomes really important in helping you with a part of your life. So there's many ways to especially, we have this incredible resource on the internet, which is how we're connecting with each other. And so you can join programs or Facebook private pages, whatever the case may be. You can join a group, and maybe it has monthly meetings, and you meet a person who then becomes very, very close to you, right? Or speaking of friends, your friend may give you a ticket to an event, a concert, and she last minute can't go, and you end up going and meeting somebody, maybe the love of your life, right? So these things happen all the time. We just forget. And so it's just that they're blessings from the universe, and acknowledging that life is very benevolent. And so if you happen to miss an opportunity too, that's significant, you'll be presented with another opportunity later on, right? So that's the thing. There's bounty, there's abundance, and Taurus really represents that bounty and abundance and that pleasure and that trust. So embrace it all, because divine grace allows you to make any choice you want to make while presenting you with many possibilities to choose from. So step through that 11 portal. It really is about being present and noticing and listening. And, you're free to live inside your head if you want to, your ideas about yourself, how you want your life to go, all this being caught up in the future or the past, or you can live the life that you are being given, right? This is the key. If you live the life you're being given, then you are living in tune with grace, and you are listening to present moment. So try not to live through somebody else's expectations of you that have been hand-me-downs, or try not to live someone else's life that you admire. Find your own true happiness, because you want to live the life that is meant for you, that your soul has chosen, and that will give you the joy and peace. So when you feel that inner contentment, right, you know that this is divine grace that is rewarding you for saying yes to your destiny. That's why you feel content. You're finding your place in the universe. You're actively engaged in it. So have an amazing Taurus new moon, and be sure to discover your soul code, which gives you so many clues as to who you are at soul level, at starcodeclass.com, my free masterclass that I created for you that gives you the secrets of your birthday, birth certificate name, and your astrology birth chart. So enjoy that free masterclass at starcodeclass.com, and I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.